Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. If my lips look super big comparing to the rest, it's because I don't have lashes on. And obviously my eyes look smaller. But no, I didn't fill my lips again. I'm actually without filler at this point, which I'm quite happy about. I did overline them a little bit so they look bigger, but yeah, it just maybe it's just not matching. But other than that, this is literally the makeup that I used to wear when I was in high school / college. All I have on my face is not even foundation. I have NARS concealer all over. To the point that it's very, very 2000s because I'm wearing the same shade under my eyes and all over my face. So yeah, I'm wearing shade Ginger all over my face. I have no lashes. And what I did was exactly the thing I did in high school. Like I put powder foundation on top of that concealer, and I have a contour, and my bronzer contour is also in my eyes. I would never wear eyeshadow. I would always put bronzer and a lot of highlight in here, you see, and that's all I have, and no lashes. I would never bother with mascara when I was in high school. I don't know, that was just my vibe. And brows done just, quite lightly. I would always have fake brows. Okay, not always, but good times I had fake brows. And yeah, that's pretty much my high school makeup, and a lot of highlighter. So yeah, that's how I used to look in high school, just minus the wrinkles. I don't know, but when I really didn't feel like putting on makeup, because it's quite late. But I have a couple of pimples, so I wanted to look presentable for you. And when I was doing like my very quick makeup, I was like, oh my goodness, this is literally what I used to do in high school. No mascara, no fake lashes, lips always done, always, and bronzer highlight. That was it. And you know what? I really feel like it doesn't look so bad, even without mascara or fake lashes. At least you see my whole eye. That's what my boyfriend says, that it looks so much better when I don't have falsies. But let me know what you think. For us girlies, usually lashes are a must. No matter if you are a mascara person or falsies person, I'm definitely lash extension of a person. But I came back from France and I took them off, and now I'm going to Dubai, so I'm just gonna do it right before Dubai because it makes sense, right? It's 1 week overweight, it's fine. But yeah, I don't want to be like self-centered about my visuals that you see, but I just want to let you know this is what I used to do in high school, and I think it's a very nice everyday thing to do. You only put concealer. It has to be slightly higher coverage. I like the NARS one. And then I put the MAC Studio Fix powder with a beauty powder puff. Then I put Natasha Denona bronzer, contour, and highlight, and a little bit of NARS Orgasm X blush. That's what I did, and that's all I have on my eyes as well. So there's almost nothing, but it gives you something. One thing that I would never do in high school is use a darker lip liner. I would only use super light liners, and like literally the color of my lips, and I have very pale lips. That's the only difference. Other than that, same exact shit. But without talking too much about makeup, but I know so many of you are curious, always all my makeup is linked below. Like you have the whole shop of my makeup. Everything I use is under one link. But today we're gonna focus on one of my favorite brands, Arabiyat Prestige again, because I still didn't go through that whole suitcase we got, right? We have to go through it. And today we're gonna do 4 fragrances, 2 pairs, 2 couples. We're gonna focus on Bahiya's because I feel like it was really hyped for a bit and then it died down. And also, I would hype for a different reason than most people. So let me get into it. And of course, something you really wanted to have a full review on is Omniya and Yumun. So we're gonna do that today. I hope you enjoy it. Also, I have the original versions of every single fragrance that we're gonna talk about, that, you know, inspiration thing. We have the guidance and we have both Lorenzo Battaglia's. And for Yumun, I do have the Narciso Rodriguez, and oh my goodness, I didn't take it out of the... Okay, let's skip that. I know how it sounds, whatever. Let's start with Bahiya's, because I'm gonna give you the most controversy here, okay? Because I actually don't really agree with most people. Because Arabiyat Prestige released 2 Bahiya fragrances. One is Bahiya Garnet and the other is Bahiya Ruby. And yes, they do have those big kind of like, you know, glass stands. I took them out because it's gonna be very noisy during the video. So we have the bottles themselves, okay, without the caps or the legs, so to speak. Okay, we have Bahiya Garnet. Let's start with that. Many people compare Bahiya Garnet to Summer Hammer from Lorenzo. And I love Summer Hammer. It's a great fragrance. But I don't really agree with that. People also compare it to Black Opium Over Red, which it is actually super similar to Bahiya Garnet. Let me spray. It is a lovely fragrance. I'm gonna spray Summer Hammer on my other hand because we have to make a final assessment if it's in any way similar. And no, it's not. Maybe ever so slightly. I would say it does have some facets, but it's way more similar to Black Opium than it is to Summer Hammer. However, you do have that lightness that comes from Summer Hammer in here as well, but in general, Summer Hammer is way more aquatic, tropical leaning, more watery, more like juicy, watery cocktail of a thing. You know, ocean breeze and pina coladas kind of a vibe. I'm not saying it smells like pina colada, but you get the aura around it, right? Whereas this one, for me, it's more of a winter fragrance, to be honest. So it matches way more the Black Opium's DNA and profile and the whole vibe than Summer Hammer's. I do really like it. It's a great twist on Black Opium DNA. I would say it's not really a dupe of anything. Arabiyat Prestige, I feel like they do incredible fragrances, not being inspired by anyone. I really hope to see this brand grow into making only their own DNA, because people behind this brand are extremely talented. The perfume oils are extremely good, very good quality, and you know, the prices are phenomenal. So I really hope that we in the future will see this brand flourish, and I'm sure they will. I'm sure they will, because they truly deserve it. So for me, Bahiya is not really a dupe of anything. They just put 2 very polar opposite things together, and it really works. It really works. I would say it's like 65% of Black Opium Over Red version, and that 35% of Lorenzo Battaglia Summer Hammer here. But I have to say that Bahiya is actually way more long-lasting than any of them. to be very honest. On me, Bahiya lasts all day. I really, really love it. And I have to admit that my boyfriend loves this too. This is, when he smelt it, this was one of his favorites from that feminine lineup from the suitcase that we got. If you haven't watched it, I will link the video on the screen. And yeah, when it comes to the notes, I see now that on Fragrantica notes changed, because the note structure was way shorter than it is now. I remember there was only amber, vanilla, and something else. At the moment, with Bahiya Garnet, we have cherry, mandarin, mango, pear, and bergamot, amber, fig, marine notes, and jasmine. And in the base, we have again amber, vanilla, sandalwood, and musk. Whereas if we go to Summer Hammer, I already see that there are similarities for sure, because Summer Hammer also has a mango, also has marine notes, but doesn't have so much amber, has some white rum, pineapple, a lot of coconut, and white florals and musk. So Summer Hammer is definitely more summery, way lighter, more aquatic, more juicy, zesty, fresh. This one would be like your Summer Hammer for the winter time. So think of it this way. Or something within the lines of Black Opium Overred, which definitely has a very similar opening too. The openings are super similar with Black Opium because of that cherry that comes through, and you do get that slight coffee vanilla facet in Bahiya Garnet for some reason, even though there's no coffee listed. So yeah, very, very good one. But you guys know, in general, I'm not ultra crazy about Black Opium DNA. I'm way more into Summer Hammer DNA than I am into Black Opium DNA. Let's be honest. You guys know, I rarely say anything about a Black Opium lineup on this channel, and it's been like that forever since I started. So I'm not gonna lie to you and say that it's my favorite DNA in the world, because it's not. And to be very honest, pretty much all the fragrances that remind me of Black Opium, the original, I have gotten rid of. This will be the only exception because it's different enough. It's not exactly like Black Opium. Also, Black Opium Overred is different to the original. And this one has some slight facets from Summer Hammer, which I really, really love. So yeah, longevity is phenomenal. As I said, it's better than Black Opium, and I would say it's slightly better than Summer Hammer, but it's mainly because you get a very, very warm amber vanilla, and they usually stay longer on you. Now, after those few minutes, they're completely different. Garnet goes way into Black Opium, vanilla, amber, very warm, very cozy, very sweet. This gets fresher and fresher and more aquatic, musky. So yeah, it's not similar that much to Lorenzo Pazzaria, but it is quite similar to that Black Opium. So that I have to admit. But again, different enough that I like it. Now, listen, this is the one that requires your attention, and that is the ruby one. The ruby one, guys, and it's so underrated because I feel like everybody's talking about the Garnet. For me, ruby is the gem of this lineup. Ruby is the gem of this collection. It is sensationally good. So ruby is a inspiration from another Lorenzo Pazzaria, which is called Sangria. Not sangria like you normally write it, but sun as sun shining. Sangria. This is pretty much perfect of a dupe, so to speak. At this point I hate the word dupe because it has so many bad, weird emotions from people who don't really understand how they really produce the fragrances. I can promise you, this and this and this, same lab. But let's put sangria on this hand. All right. Oh, so juicy and good. And ruby here. Okay, so what I love about Arabiyat Prestige version is that they got rid of that typical Lorenzo Pazzalia laboratory scent that comes out first. I'm sure you get, if you have Lorenzo Pazzalia fragrances, you know what I'm saying. That thing that comes out and stays for like a minute, like typical to all his fragrances. Every single fragrance of his has that same exact scent in the beginning. You don't have it here. Sangria is lovely as it is. I absolutely love it. But I absolutely love the ruby even more. It's stunning. I love both scents. I love them. I love sangria. It's phenomenal. It's an extrait de parfum. It's beautiful, juicy. You just want to drink it. But you get the same thing here. And this one is sweeter, more girly. It's so good. So, in Bahiya Ruby, we've got blackcurrant, rum, mandarin, and blood orange, raspberry, passion fruit, and caramel, and then patchouli, vanilla musk. So that is Bahiya. And everybody says that longevity is simply phenomenal. With sangria, the notes are extremely complex, extremely. Apart from what you have in here, you have cinnamon, ginger, peppers, cloves, green notes, grapes, red wine, cardamom, apples, other fruits, rose, brown sugar. It is just insane. The note structure of sangria, it's insane. I don't feel like reading it. They're not exactly the same again. Sangria gets quite soapy after a while, okay? And that's, again, something that I don't love. And Bahiya stays in that gorgeous, passion fruity, blackcurranty, sweet realm. Oh, it's amazing, okay? It's amazing. It is a very sweet, juicy, fruity fragrance, but it smells niche, okay? It doesn't smell like other easy fruity fragrances. No, it smells niche. It smells phenomenal. I love it so much. It's so good. And you also get a lot of raspberry and blood orange and caramel. That's the reason why it is so beautifully juicy sweet. Like raspberries and caramel, heaven. Yeah, I this one is my precious fragrance that they launched recently. I would easily, if I had to choose, I would easily say goodbye to the Garnet. I'll be honest, it's very nice. It's 100 times better than any black opium. 100 times better. To me, smells more like Nishanay 100 Silent Ways dry down, to be honest, rather than black opium's screechy dry down. Sorry to say that, but for me, it is how it is. Ruby, the best. Okay, so that's it when it comes to Bahiya line. Now we're gonna move on to this line, okay? And we're gonna be done for today. So we have Omniya and Yumun, right? I would actually like to start with Yumun because it's lighter, it's airier, and it's also blackcurrant based. So let's be within the theme of ruby. Let's swiftly move on to another fruity floral. So this is Yumun, and this is supposed to be inspo dupe of All of Me from Narciso Rodriguez, if I remember correctly. Is it called All of Me? Let me see. Yeah, it's All of Me. But for me, it's actually a mixture between All of Me, which I don't really love, with my favorite, listen, favorite Narciso Rodriguez scent. To the point, I love Yumun so much, to the point that I wanted recently to repurchase my favorite Narciso Rodriguez fragrance because I'm quite low on it. And I'm not going to, because this is phenomenal. And this smells very much like you mixed that All of Me, which is good but boring, with Musk Noir Rose. And you guys know, Musk Noir Rose is the scent from Narciso that gives me the most compliments out of my whole perfume wardrobe. I don't know what it is about it, but I have been literally chased in the shops, just running my errands, doing my shopping. People wanted to know what it was. Everybody always compliments me, no matter where I lived, what climate I was in. Narciso Musk Noir Rose is just something else. I don't know what it is. So this one is like a cross for me, but it's Musk Noir Rose enough for me to be obsessed. So in here we have blackcurrant, mandarin, neroli and pear, lily of the valley, white flowers, peach and rose, and in the dry down we've got patchouli, cedarwood, vanilla and musk. So yeah, pretty much like All of Me DNA, right? If I'm not mistaken, if I remember correctly, I would say All of Me is definitely way more rosy, just more floral musky, more boring. Yumun is where your money should be at because you're gonna spend pennies anyways comparing to Narciso. I don't have my hands free, but okay, let's do it on the shoulder. Yes, this is it. Yes, this is it. This is like your Musk Noir Rose with a little bit more of floral aspect, like magnolia, a little bit more rosy, a little bit more musky, just a little bit more light in general. But it's also fruity, which I love. And yeah, for me, great substitute for Musk Noir Rose if you don't want to spend the price of Narciso Rodriguez. You can easily get Yumun. You have my stamp of approval. It's not boring, it's amazing, it's 100 times better than All of Me. All of Me is a boring, just boring, easy, boring fragrance that everybody will pass by you. Musk Noir Rose, again, highly complimented by people. And I think this one has the same facet, the same aspect. This will give you compliments. Just a little bit fresher, lighter, but amazing nevertheless, and it has phenomenal longevity. I'm not sure if it's just as good as Musk Noir Rose, but it's surely 100 times better than All of Me. So yeah, that is Yumun. I really love it. But I have to admit, Omniya is the one that just takes the cake for me, because it is a dupe for Amouage Guidance, my beloved Guidance. I really want to, even though I have so many alternatives to Guidance, I will still buy Guidance. Okay, I'm gonna be very honest with you. I will still purchase Guidance if I run out. I will. Will I have a supply for a lifetime when it comes to Guidance DNA, even without purchasing it? Yes. And this Omniya is one of the best, truly the best, the most perfected dupes of Guidance that you can think of. It is pretty much the same, but I would say it's more creamy vanilla. It's a bit softer. Some people will find what I'm trying to explain in Guidance, people might find it even screechy. That combination of Orebanum, rose, incense, saffron. For many people, it's screechy. For me, it's not, because I'm used to it, but you really don't have it that much here. This one is just more soft vanilla, nuttier, that's for sure. In here we have pear, hazelnut, and incense, osmanthus, saffron and rose, and in the dry down we have sandalwood, labdanum, and vanilla. And I would say this fragrance, Omniya, is very much more hazelnut vanilla forward comparing to Guidance. It's still woody, it's still rosy, still very much on a pear, smoky aspect, that's for sure, but it's not as harsh as Guidance. I know people find Guidance quite harsh, some of them. So if you find Guidance harsh, which I get you, I understand you, I think you should still try Omniya, because it's pretty much the same, but it's nuttier and creamier. It's like you made ice cream out of Guidance. That's what it is. It's just like you made ice cream out of Guidance. Same thing, but creamier and nuttier, which is amazing, especially for winter. It's very enveloping. No harsh edges, very smooth, very, very enveloping. So that is Omniya. The longevity is spectacular. I get 10 plus hours, but the sillage is not as potent as Guidance, because Guidance has so much of ambergris and akigala, which makes it screechy, but also very, very potent in the air. This one doesn't have that, but you're not gonna get that screechy feel to it, right? But the longevity is 100 times just like Guidance, 100%. It's just the bubble, it's a little bit smaller, because Guidance's bubble is enormous. This one is not as enormous, but it's still gonna be very much smelled by people and very, very complimented, don't worry, it will. Omniya, amazing. In my top 3 when it comes to Guidance dupes. Depending on what you prefer, I would say Omniya is the most creamy, vanilla, nutty version of Guidance on the market. I've tried pretty much all of them. This is the creamiest and the nuttiest. There are some that are more fruity, there are some that are more aquatic, so on and so forth. This one is the most gourmand leaning, I would say. So yeah, that is it. Oh my goodness, we're done. Thank you so much, guys, for watching, and don't forget that for all Arabiyat prestige fragrances, you have 15% off on the website below, on their website, My Perfumes. To be very honest, my 2 favorites, if I could choose only 2, they're all great, but for me, the ones that are the most worth buying and you're gonna be really wowed, are Ruby and Omniya. And if you want an alternative to Musk Noir Rose, but again, a bit fresher, then Yumun is phenomenal. If you like Narciso Rodriguez fragrances in general, you should get Yumun. You just should get it, because it will give you the best of Narciso plus better longevity. So that's it. I'm shutting up now, and I see you in my next one. Bye, guys.